Supplementary budget of 895 billion naira for the year 2021. Federal government says Twitter must be registered to continue operations in Nigeria. Rivers State to enforce no work, no pay policy for first week of June as JUSUN suspends strike. Commuters stranded as bus drivers continue protest in Port Harcourt. Rumuwoji Market yet to be reopened 1 year after commissioning. Police says vehicles with old tinted glass permits remains valid. On the foreign scene, US President Joe Biden on his first foreign trip as president. I am Ifiemi Andrew. The Federal Executive Council has approved a draft supplementary budget of 895 billion naira for the year 2021. Minister of Finance Dr. Zainab Ahmed revealed this when she briefed State House correspondents on the outcome of the council meeting chaired by President Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja. Ahmed said the next step would be to present a bill to the National Assembly for approval.
The Federal Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning presented to Council a proposal to seek Council's approval for the draft Federal Government of Nigeria 2021 supplementary budget. The Council deliberated on our proposal and approved as follows. Having noted the need for the urgent procurement of vaccines and also the need for funding to ensure that Nigeria is able to meet its commitment under the HIV, the Nigeria Comprehensive AIDS Program in states.
The minister said part of the money is to further enhance the capacity of defense and security agencies to address current and emergent security challenges. The minister spoke about how the executive plans to fund the supplementary budget.
The Council noted the urgent need to specifically enhance the capacity of our military and paramilitary agencies to tackle the various security challenges that we currently have in the country. Council, on this note, approved the 2021 Supplementary Appropriation Bill in an aggregate expenditure of 895,842,462,917 naira.
The Minister of Trade and Investment, Adeni Adebayo, presented a made-in-Nigeria Android phone to President Muhammadu Buhari before the Federal Executive Council meeting started at the State House in Abuja. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, says Twitter must be registered and licensed in Nigeria to resume its operations in the country. The minister told State House correspondents after the Federal Executive Council meeting on Wednesday that Twitter had approached the federal government for dialogue to resolve the issues that led to the suspension of its activities in Nigeria.
Our decision to suspend Twitter has been lauded by some, it has been decried by some, but we want to make it clear that what is important to us is the sovereignty of Nigeria. And until when Twitter responds, and the cardinal is that Twitter must be registered in Nigeria, Twitter must be licensed in Nigeria, and Twitter must stop using its platform for activities that are inimical to the growth of Nigeria or to its corporate existence.
Lai Mohammed also denied that the suspension is not effective, arguing that Twitter is losing money as a result of the action.
They are doing business in Nigeria, whether it's Netflix, whether it's Iroko, whether it is Facebook, they are doing business in Nigeria and they are making money and they are not paying taxes. That's the reason. In addition to being able to regulate them, they are making billions of naira out of this country and we are not paying tax. That can't be allowed to go on.
Meanwhile, the Joint Minority Caucus of the National Assembly has asked Nigerians to ignore the ban placed by the federal government on Twitter and continue to use the medium. In a statement issued by Senate Minority Leader Inaya Baribe and his House of Representatives counterpart Ndudi Elumelu, the National Assembly Caucus described the ban as draconian, adding that many Nigerians are losing their sources of livelihood to the action. The opposition lawmakers also dismissed threats by the government to arrest and prosecute Nigerians for using Twitter, saying the use of Twitter does not contravene any law. Governors Samuel Ortom, Rotimi Akeredolu and Seyi Makinde have continued to tweet. The Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN, has suspended its strike after over 2 months. The suspension of the strike followed a meeting of its National Executive Council in Abuja on Wednesday. JUSAN Deputy President Emmanuel Abiri, who briefed the council on behalf of the executive members of the association, explained that the grounds of the union was that despite the constitutional provision of Section 81 subsection 3, Section 121 subsection 3 and 162 subsection 9 and the judgment delivered since 2015 in favor of JUSAN, the Executive Order 10 of 2020 and the agreement reached between the union, the Nigeria's Governors Forum, the governors have refused to yield financial autonomy to the state judiciary. Mr. Abiri requested that the Accountant General of the Federation be directed to deduct from source the amount meant for the judiciary before the union could call off the strike. Meanwhile, the Rivers State government has directed the Accountant General of the state not to pay judiciary workers for the first week of June, in which the no work, no pay policy was in force. Governor Wike hinged the state government's decision on the union's failure to heed the directive to resume work before 31st of May. In a statement released last night, the governor stressed that Rivers State has been implementing full financial autonomy of the judiciary and that the strike was therefore unnecessary in the first place. The governor maintained that Rivers State government will not set up any budget implementation committee because it is not known to law. Passengers were stranded and had to walk long distances as protesting bus drivers on the NTA road remained off the road yesterday. Some stranded passengers spoke to our correspondent.
Lighted at this junction, proceeding to Ozoba police station. But as you can see, there's no motor. Everybody is trekking. So I've also joined them in the trekking. But I believe that before something would have happened, something led to it. What is the cause of it? That is what we don't know. It's not good at all. The experience is not something to write home about. Truth that I'm coming from location to this place, no motor. I don't know. They say they killed one of their drivers. So the government should intervene and stop this. It's not good.
Drive from Ozoba to NTA, don't tire. I know if you do walk again, and I go back. I want to reach Rome and go down for no motor. No business where I can walk. I decide to go back.
In the meantime, one of the protesters said the Rivers State government must address the drivers and take up the prosecution of the NSCDC officer who killed the driver on the road.
We need Wike to go. We need Wike to talk to us because we are angry. One of our driver, not one of our driver. That is why we are here. We don't want to try. Taxi, no taxi will work. No bus will work. Because everybody shut down today. Because we come back for they're not trying. There's no bus stop. All the way from my train to everywhere there's no bus stop. When you drop passenger here, they will tell you, say, move. They will carry out and block you. And start harassing drivers. Well, it's not good. We are angry so much. And still to Wike come and address us. When we can come and address us, that is why we stop. And to tell us not something that we enter our ear. Drivers are angry.
The drivers said that the protest will last for 1 week. The Rumuwoji market that was commissioned over a year ago remains closed 5 months after the chairman of the Market Allocation Committee, Chinedu Tassier, said the governor will give directive on when to open the market. Our correspondent who visited the market reports that traders have continued to sell at the open market, and with the rains, flood waters prevent easy movement in and around the open market. Leader of the market, Kenneth Eze, told our correspondent that the situation is preventing customers from patronizing traders.
This place that the governor assigned to us as temporary, we should be managing it. But when there is downpour, here always be a dock of rain. And there's no entrance that the rain will link to the it routes because at the back has been fenced. When the rain falls, no customers will come in. Because you cannot leave your house very neat and come to the market to soil your leg into a dirty water like this. So it's a big problem to us. And it will take almost 5-6 hours before the water will then sink.
He also faulted the use of the BULLETIN system to allocate stores to traders.
The governor himself has done a good job in building this market, but I cannot easily tell why the market has not been opened. They are working on it that they have already allocated, but till now, nothing. If the governor will see to the cry of his people, then when that market will be open, definitely here too will be released for people.
Some traders in the market called on the Rivers State government to open the market.
But would they pray God, may God give and touch in heart, make you open the market for more? Would they suffer? Start rain fall and see everywhere water. This sickness now will carry here will be young girls where they found our daily bread. Say if we not go fit put up for the radio to make him in here and make him help us.
Me say they open the market and me go happy pass because one, I don't like the way we dey. The rain come, we dey inside rain. The sun shine, we dey inside sun. I know the ballot, I not go lie for you because me have been stop market right from when they chase us out from that and I stop.
None of us is happy the way things are going. Over a year and now that year has been locked, so we are pleading and begging that if there is a way that they can do it, please let them come for our aid. People move in here. I think things will change.
Recall that since the balloting in February 2020 and the allocation of stores in the Rumuoji market by the River State Government Exco Committee on the allocation, the market has remained closed till date. Still ahead, police clarifies that vehicles with old tinted glass permits remains valid. Stay tuned. Senate President Ahmed Lawan has asked the committee in INEC to screen for confirmation the appointments of Loretta Onochie and 5 others as INEC commissioners. It comes 8 months after President Muhammadu Buhari sent the list of the nominees to the Senate for screening. PDP lawmakers had protested the screening over the inclusion of Ms. Onochie, who is currently a presidential spokesperson and a card-carrying member of the APC. The Inspector General of Police IGP Usman Alkali Baba says all existing vehicle tinted glass permits issued by the Nigeria Police Force remains valid. A statement by the force spokesperson Frank Umba clarified this on Wednesday. The statement said the suspension is a temporary measure and it will remain until a new protocol is released. The IGP also said that the existing spy number plates must be used by authorized users for purposes and vehicles specified by law. The statement said the issuance of new spy number plates remains on hold pending the release of a new protocol.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
U.S. President Joe Biden is on his first official overseas trip with a warning to Russia that it faces robust and meaningful consequences if it engages in harmful activities. Mr. Biden made clear his intention to strengthen ties with U.S. allies following strained relations under the Trump administration. President Biden, who arrived in the UK on Wednesday, will meet Prime Minister Boris Johnson to agree a new Atlantic Charter. On the news this morning, you heard that the Federal Executive Council has approved draft supplementary budget of 895 billion naira for the year 2021. The federal government has said Twitter must be registered before it can be allowed to continue its operations in Nigeria. River State government has said it will enforce the no work, no pay policy for the first week of June as JUSUN suspends its strike. Commuters have remained stranded as bus drivers continue their protest on NTA Road in Port Harcourt. Rumuoji Market is yet to be reopened a year after it's been commissioned. Police have said those with already existing vehicles with tinted glass permits remains valid. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden is on his first foreign trip as president. The news was edited by Enoho Ogbevere. Contact our newsroom at 0818-900-0017. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Light showers expected in Port Harcourt this morning. Thank you for listening and enjoy your day.